Well, it's a long story, but I'll try and be very brief. I first encountered America when I met an American family in London. That was when I was only 16. And the girl in the family that I was interested in went back to America. I chased her back to America, came here in 1972, and eventually managed to marry her in 75, and we went back to Scotland. Back in Scotland, we were in ministry. Each of our children were born. And we came back and forth to America. And in the course of doing that, we established friendships. And the long and the short of it is that one of those friendships gave rise to a pass-away comment, which led to a man showing up at the front door of our house in Scotland and announcing that he was from this place called Cleveland, Ohio, and said that he was part of a search committee. And that began a process which lasted for about 2 years, where I was invited to visit this church. I had to look for it on a map. I had to look for Cleveland. My geography was so poor. And I declined their invitation. And it came a second time, a bit like the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. And so we came at the invitation of this church, who had heard about me through a mutual friend who had given my name to them almost as a bit of a joke, because he never thought that their need would be so great or their reach would be so vast as to go across the Atlantic Ocean. This is back in the beginning of the 80s. This was in 1981. So that's what happened. And how did I confirm the sense of it? I could spend a long time on that, but there were actually, in this instance, there were external factors that were involved over which I had no control, that were almost like fleeces that confirmed for me that I was supposed to go. When I got there, I would like to have gone home, so it wasn't a sense of elation in getting there. It was fairly daunting, especially in the early years, but I was so convinced that I was supposed to be there that I stayed there, and we have stayed there, and of course now we just have begun our 30th year.